I've only got one other sort of note for this one here, where well, it's not even a note. It's basically just what's happening. They decide they can actually melt the ice by manually adjusting the satellites to do it directly, right? But there's no real explanation of what they mean by this. Apparently, it's going to take a computer genius. They're moving the satellites. So what were they doing
moving
before
the satellites
with the
already? But like,
Yeah.
I don't really get what this is. But
what's the difference to what they were already doing?
I guess they don't have the concentrated laser beam thing. It's just like it's going to be a bunch of laser beams from the satellite.
Won't that be even slower?
I have no idea what the hell is going on. I think at this point, they don't even know what's going on. They're like, we just need a way to thaw the city. Okay.
Just accept it. Yeah. Barbara's got a plan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I do, I've noted this relationship quickly deteriorating within a period of like 5 minutes where obviously they had the moment I thought was quite good where Robin and Batgirl were falling and then, he's like, I got you. And then she throws out her line. And she's like, no, I got you. And it's like, oh, it's kind of like a moment of romance between them. It's like, that's quite good. There was that little bit then that was cut from the movie we talked about last week when they were fighting Bane. And, Robin or Batgirl's like, I got him. And then Robin's like, no, I got him. And that kind of made them feel like, oh, they're like a squabbling, like teenage couple or teenage brother and sister almost. And now this is like, it'll take a computer genius. And Robin's like, I got it. And then she's like, no, I got it. It's like, it feels now like they've gone down to like 6 years old. And they're just two annoying children, like brother and sister, who are always at each other's throats. And it's like, that really descended very, very quickly into like, it's not cute anymore. It's just like, what? Stop fighting all the time. Plus, Robin, I guess maybe you could say it's him trying to show off because it's like, he does kind of want to impress Barbara, I guess. But it's like, that she was like a computer science, student in Oxbridge Academy. Why would you think you're going to do it better than her? Like, why would you volunteer? Like, what is Dick Grayson? He's a circus kid. Like, what does he know about computers? Like, I don't understand why he's even going, oh, I can take care of this. Like, it doesn't make any goddamn sense.
Why? Maybe he's afraid for his job because it's like, well, wait, if you guys can both do all the same stuff, like, and she's a little bit better at this, why am I paying both of you? You know what I mean? Like, a little redundancy. Like, I'm like, I'll keep her. Right? Dick, you just hang out and we'll see if we can find something for you.
It just shuffles him off. He's not in the next film.
Yeah.
I think that actually was like, that would be almost good as a meta commentary because apparently that was back in the 60s show. There was talk in the transition to season 3 when Batgirl was introduced that they're like, we're gonna get rid of Robin, like, and it's gonna be Batman and Batgirl, and that'll be the show. And like Adam West and William Dozier came out and were like, no, you can't get rid of Robin. That's absolutely outrageous and stuff. So they managed to hold on to him, but it was entirely just to save money as well because at that point, ratings were descending and stuff like that. But
I was so disillusioned when I found out that I in watching those, obviously not in their original run, but on in syndication, after school television, that I just my kind of drifting in and out. I thought that Batgirl just like randomly appeared throughout the series, and I loved that. I loved that kind of recurring character. But I never realized that it was like, oh no, just season 3 has Batgirl, and I was like, oh okay, that makes more sense. Like, I really do like the randomly, like, oh yeah, every once in a while we'll just throw this in there. It's a good flavor that I appreciate. Almost like, I mean, years later they would kind of like the Power Rangers. They throw that other guy, the Green Ranger or White Ranger.
Yeah. Oh, he took over the show basically. Yeah.
Well, yeah, that's gonna happen. You're gonna get Fonzied if that happens.
I mean, I would have loved if Fonzie showed up in Batman as well. That would have been. That feels like a missed opportunity, quite frankly. Like, I don't know. Maybe was Happy Days was probably a couple of years later, though. I feel that must have been like mid.
Well, it was made a couple of years later, but it was set a couple of years earlier, so I don't know. They could have.
Yeah, that's complicated.
Yeah,
I feel like there must be some.
Out, maybe.
I wouldn't be surprised if, like, in one of those, like, they did like a Happy Days cartoon at one point, didn't they? And
oh yeah, sure. It was Fonz and the Happy Days gang, and they had a time machine.
I mean, I feel like there would have been some kind of Batman crossover, if not with Adam West, then at least with like the Super Friends version. Or like, it feels like that's the kind of thing. It's like, it's right there in like obscure 70s television. It's like, oh yeah, the Fonz did meet Batman one time, and it was like, I don't know, they got on well. Or you think Batman would probably hate the Fonz because, like, well, he's juvenile delinquent, man. He's like a leather jacket wearing, ne'er-do-well. but
then he might remind him of Robin.
Yeah, true.
That's true.
Yeah, of course, Batman did like the hippies as well in the '60s TV show. When he's confronted by hippies, he's like, "No, they just have ways different from our own, but their message of peace and love is a good one, old chum."
I
Um,
I just kind of quickly Googled it. Somebody made a Brave and the Bold starring Batman and the Fonz comic cover, but it's not a real thing. Sadly,
Still want a print of it.
Yeah.
I mean, Henry Winkler, he's still around, so like we can
Yeah.
never get Adam West, but we got one half of the combo still there.
Yeah, and Henry Winkler, not too long ago, a few years ago, was here in Liverpool for a good period of time doing a play.
Yeah,
And he was staying opposite someone I work with. So they went round and put a note through his door saying, like, I'm having a party tonight. Like, do you want to come? And he replied, he wrote them a note back saying, like, oh, no, thank you for the invitation, but I won't be able to make it, but it's very kind of you.
yeah, that's nice. That's nice. I actually did meet Henry Winkler one time. Again, in Liverpool, he did a book signing. But it was one of those weird things, like, I don't know what to say to celebrities. So I was just, like, shook his hand. I was like,
Yeah,
thanks.
you don't want to be that jerk who, like, starts, like, going, oh, you're so amazing. Oh, I
Yeah.
love you.
Right.
And I did remember he gave me a look of, like, what? Like, he was kind of, like, waiting for me to say something. And I was like, I don't have anything, man. Like, I more enjoy you for, I like the Happy Days growing up, but at that point, it was all about Arrested Development because it was just after season 3 had come out. So you're like, oh, Arrested Development. But yeah, I still slightly regret that I didn't have something better to say to him. But yeah.
Hey, it could have gone really downhill. You could have said something embarrassing. Don't worry.
Yeah.
Well, that similar with my wife met because my father-in-law was in a play with Chris O'Donnell a couple of years after this happened.
Whoa.
And so she got to meet him then, but it was like a weird like I think they had both, like, he was trying to distance himself from being Robin, and she was a little bit older than, she was trying to be cooler and not be that into being like, oh yeah, I liked him, and so I think it was just a casual awkward meeting all around. It's just like, oh hey yeah. I think her little brother was way more into it, but
well, he's one person that we've consistently praised in this movie. He's giving it his best. He's trying.
Yeah.
He's doing his thing, and it's not it's not his fault.
No.
Yeah, the character entirely in the script writing with him, because the character comes across as annoying a lot of the time, but that ain't Chris O'Donnell. That's just the hand he's been dealt. So
yeah, that's Robin.
Yeah, but
yeah.
But yeah, like, that's all the notes I got for minute 112. But you guys have anything else you want to throw on the dockets, or
noted out here?
No, that was I think we covered the scientist falling down the hill quite a